It's the Carolina Hockey Minute on my friend Cole's couch. I'm John. Hurricanes tonight win over the Red Wings 5-2, a 5-game winning streak now for the boys, Cole.
5-game winning streak, 12-game point streak.
Things are looking really
Freddie
good.
Anderson, who's playing in the backup position because of a poor start. He's on a 6 or 7-game point streak.
6, I think.
Bussy's on a 7-game winning streak. I mean, it's all Hurricanes right now.
The team is playing
10 goals in 2 games.
Not flawless, and there's probably another gear they can get to, but they're playing their best hockey of the year.
And that's something to say when, like I said, you've scored 10 goals in 2 games and you're not even showing out. That's not the best. But, I mean, in the last 2 games, it's not been like it has been when we've gotten these wins where it's, the third line is just dominating, or the fourth line or the third or whatever, or second or whatever it is. But
this was a pretty complete effort.
It was pretty complete. We had somebody from the top lines, bottom lines, defensemen, all around.
Hall with a multi-point game, Gostisbehere with a multi-point game. The only negative, really, you allow 2 kind of 4-on-4 goals.
2 4-on-4
Second
goals.
one wasn't, the player hadn't gotten back.
That's a
Svechnikov hadn't
continuation.
gotten out of the, right.
The 4-on-4 continuation.
So,
you
you allow 2 goals, a flurry of goal within a quick amount of time, just like the last game.
And it once again follows a 3-goal lead. You get 3-goal lead, then you give up some goals.
Well, the issue is going 4-on-4 up 3-0 is not a smart thing to do. You want to stay 5-on-5.
Well, I'm not entirely sure that was
Andre there.
I don't think that was instigated by Andre. I just think that Andre didn't back down.
Okay. I don't remember the details of it. I just remember the aftermath.
I'm pretty sure that it was Chiarot that started it because they were down 2-0 and they were getting a little desperate and he pushed hard.
Yeah,
and I just think Andre was being Andre. But I don't know. I didn't see it very, very clearly. But that's how it read to me. Canes win the season series.
That's important.
We won the first game against them 5-2. We lost the second game 4-3. We won the last game 5-2.
We haven't mentioned it, but Lightning about to lose. We're going to go atop the East, or I guess we are atop the East now. Best team in the East, and we look like it.
We're going to be 3 games behind the Avalanche for the President's Trophy. And, yeah, I mean, the Canes have always been the best in the East. The Lightning went on I don't know what it was, like a 9-game winning streak. All the teams that have caught up with us went on long winning streaks. And that's what they needed just to get within 5 points of us.
This is the Hurricanes' second 5-game winning streak of the year. Last year, we had 2 8-game winning streaks. So we might be taking an L here and there to prevent long winning streaks, but
it's never like win 4, lose 5. We've only lost 3.
Since New Year's, we've lost in overtime a few times, but I don't always mind losing in overtime.
Well, no,
You're still gobbling up points there.
That's how Colorado got so far out in front because, I mean, they have the Presidents. They're in the first place now, but at one point in time, they were up on us. We were up on everybody else, and they were up on us by like 9. And now we've brought it down to 5. And, they beat Detroit, Chicago tonight 3-1, and I'm pretty sure one of those was an empty netter. So
okay,
they're not meshing perfectly right now. They've kind of faltered back from that super hot streak.
Okay.
But all that to say is that's how they got out in front was because they weren't losing. They were losing in overtime. They were getting those points.
Yeah, and I was actually looking at the Panthers yesterday after their most recent loss. They only have 3 overtime loser points, as they call them, this season.
Yeah.
So a team like the Panthers could use a few more overtime losses sprinkled in there. Tonight's game, Taylor Hall gets us started. Aho with a goal after that. Robinson bangs one home, and you get a 3-0 lead early. And you allow 2.
Edvinson and Kane.
But you do not allow them to tie it tonight, which was big. That Gostisbehere goal, what ended up being...
She was a beaut. So was the Blake goal. They were both beauties.
They said on the broadcast that the Gostisbehere goal was the game-winning goal. I believe when they announced him as first star, it was not. The game-winning goal.
Would have been
the game-winning goal. I was right. Yeah, I thought Robinson got it, and he did. We speculated Taylor Hall didn't want to do the interview maybe because he lost a tooth late.
He had to pick a tooth up off the ice.
Yeah.
handed it to the medic on the bench, and everybody was just laughing.
Right. It didn't appear like he was really in any pain.
No, we speculate that it
cannot
was
be a real tooth.
either a previously lost and replaced tooth,
You don't
or
get to 34
a
in the
veneer or something like
a
that.
real
Because
tooth
you don't lose enough of a tooth that you have to pick it up off the ice,
Right.
and then you don't even get any kind of attention at all. I mean, that's painful.
All right.
Oh, Dan O'Rourke was an official tonight.
Yeah, we had Dan O'Rourke and Brandon Blandino. Blandino's been doing a lot of the games for us. Hurricanes win the face-offs.
We did the stars tonight. Shane Gostisbehere got the first star, Taylor Hall second star, and Freddie Anderson with a .931 save percentage comes in third.
Freddie Anderson made about a half dozen really quality saves tonight.
The first goal they scored on him was painted into the corner, and you're going to beat almost every goaltender with that one.
Second goal.
Second one was short side.
That's a shooter right there in
short
Kane.
Side, and
he used the screen perfectly. Freddie really didn't see it. It was a well-placed shot, but anytime you get beat short side like that, you're going to kind of want it back.
You could say the same thing every time. Should have sealed the post.
Yeah.
Should have slid into the post. But Freddie is notorious, and we've pointed this out multiple times. I don't know about on the Carolina Hockey Minute, but I know in just us talking.
Kachekov, too, if
Freddie will go outside of his crease on a side-to-side save. He will slide past the post. I don't think Kochekov does that. Kochekov's just aggressive forward with the poke check and, like, coming out of his net. Whereas Freddie will slide to the right and not like throw his foot on the post and lean into it. He'll just slide past it like by like a foot. He'll have one leg outside of the net. He does that a lot. Or at least he used to. Now he's had hip surgery. Maybe he doesn't do it anymore.
Still a good game from Fred.
It was a good game for Fred.
A good game for a backup goalie to have. Hurricanes win the faceoffs. I guess they win the special teams. They get a goal. The hits, though, I'll tell you what. Detroit must have hit a lot in the third because the Hurricanes were ahead all night on the hits, and then by the end of this game, they lose it by 6, and then they outshoot the Red Wings 36-29. I think you pointed out Red Wings had more shots in the second than the first and third combined.
Yeah.
They really played one good period tonight, and it was the back half of the second period.
They did. They started pushing after that when that 4-on-4 came, or a little bit before it. And they pushed and pushed and pushed.
Yeah.
And it worked out for them, not in the end, but for that period it did, and brought them back within 1. That's a great period for you when you're coming into it down 3.
Loss isn't on him, but the Hurricanes draw Talbot tonight in goal for Detroit instead of Gibson, and that's a break, I would say.
Yeah.
And Detroit did not play yesterday, and they won't play tomorrow. I checked. So
we played the backup yesterday. We played the backup today.
All right, so that is the end of this mini homestand here. You're going on the road for 4 games.
Yep, late nights.
Late nights, starting with Seattle on Monday. And you're not going to return home until after the trade deadline. Less than a week till the deadline now.
Less than a week.
With the Hurricanes playing their best hockey of the season. And like you said tonight, when you looked at the stat sheet, everybody contributed basically in some way to this game, even in the box score.
It was yesterday, too. Yesterday we had, it wasn't just the top lines. It was all over.
So if you're making any deals, you got to, even if you're not making a trade involving NHL pieces, somebody's still got to come out of the lineup to put somebody else in.
Well, we got some people that can come out. We got Jankowski and stuff like that down on the fourth that can come out.
You want to get a center at the trade deadline. You always could use the depth defenseman unless you really trust Mike Riley in that role. And goalie, it'll be interesting to see what they do in goal. But the way Freddie's played his last 6 starts, if it had gone the other way and he had lost 6 in a row here, we'd be looking for a backup goalie.
Right.
And now I don't know.
Yeah, if Florida wants to trade Bobrovsky, you look into that. I don't think that there's many.
You do look into that,
right?
I don't take it to look into it a little bit.
See what the numbers say.
Got to laugh from Ashley out of it.
but I'm just saying, like, other than that, I don't think there's another goaltender who is readily available that I would be like, okay, let's put them in over Bussy or backing up over Freddie.
Primo, by the way, 11 straight wins, I believe, in Chicago for it. Maybe 6 straight wins and 11 for the team. All these numbers, I have a lot of numbers in my head right now. He's hot in Chicago. That's the bottom line, which has to make the organization feel a little more comfortable too.
Right. And like I said, like you said, Freddie's won his last. He's on a big pinpoint streak.
Chicago's hot.
Even when he's losing in overtime. So
Carolina's hot. I was going to say the Gorgles are hot, but no, They lost tonight.
They lost tonight. Oh,
They
didn't
were
get
up
the winning
2-1 in the third, and they lose 4-2, going for their first winning streak as a franchise. The Greensboro Gargoyles don't get it done tonight.
Oh, well.
Am I reading this right? I am. They lost it. They lost it like, oh no. Anyway, we're going on the road, starting Seattle Tuesday. Our old friend John Forsland resides in Seattle, so
Yeah, Seattle, Vancouver, Edmonton, and then
Calgary's in there
Calgary.
too.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They're teams you should be beating.
We speculated that we said before these games, the teams we're playing at home, Tampa and Detroit, are actually better than any of the road teams we're going to face on the road. So,
we'll be in their barns, but
Seattle's not playing their best hockey, so we're probably catching them at a good time. All right. Well, anything else on this one? KK didn't play again. That's the only thing else I want to mention. I don't know if we see him again before the deadline. I thought we'd showcase him a little. If you want to trade him, maybe you want to give him a few games, showcase him a little bit.
No.
I think he's a real good healthy scratch.
I think he's a fantastic healthy scratch.
And I think that's the role he's going to end up actually playing unless we need to shed salary or if somebody really wants him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
We're not in a position where we need to shed salary.
Somebody like Chicago might want to take him just because he can do something for their lower lines.
He needs ice time. He's a really good player to be healthy scratched in the NHL, honestly.
If they hadn't,
but it tells you how loaded we are right now.
Extended Celebrini, well, just trade him straight up for Celebrini. That's fine.
I'll agree to it. Maybe we could do a three-way deal and get Bobrovsky too.
That's right, Bobrovsky and Celebrini.
Yeah,
we'll take them. They can fight over KK, and we'll give them a fifth-round draft pick.
I mean, we're joking about this, but the Hurricanes do have a lot of cap space. Like anything's on the table as long as another team's willing to do it.
There's no player in the league right now that can be traded, that might be traded, that we can't afford
without shedding without offset salary going back. We're not dependent on that.
I'm pretty sure that we could get them and then have money left over.
Right. We could take Pedersen on this year. The issue is future years. If we can take on any expiring contracts and the money doesn't matter so much because we're going to have extra. Right. We're going to have a hard time spending it all this year.
Yep.
The issue is when you rope yourself into an $11 million player for the next 5 years, like what would happen with Pedersen. But if they want to take some of the contract, if they want to retain some Vancouver, and if they want to take KK going back the other way, I mean, that's going to lessen the price tremendously.
Like all of these hockey minutes between now and March 6th are going to get longer and longer as we
ramble up until the deadline.
Trade deadline.
Hey, man,
who's available, who's coming, who's not?
The last 2 years, I don't expect as big of a deal this year because the last 2 years, blockbusters. Gensel and then Rantanen. I mean,
well, Gensel should have stayed.
Should not happen.
But we drug our feet and Rantanen didn't want to stay. So we're 50-50 on ours. We got a guy who didn't want to be here and a guy who would have been happy to be here.
Shouldn't have kept Rantanen. Wish we could have kept Gensel.
Amen.
Yeah, that's where we're at with that.
That's where we're at.
All right. All right. Freddie gets a win. He needed that. The team pushes their point streak to 12. And
5 more. We set the franchise record.
I'm glad you pointed that out. Yes.
One more and we tie at the second place. I think there's 3 people who had 13.
3 teams.
3 years at 13, and then the top one is 17.
This is one of the better versions of a Canes team that we've watched.
It is. They're humming right now. Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going. Until Tuesday, go Canes.